Okay, looks like we're live. What's up, everyone? It's the WTF in the building. It's
What it do? What's up?
what's going on, everyone. So, as you can see, I am driving. So, I'm gonna try to talk as much as I can. But if I'm not looking at you, you know why. But my man Dimitri is definitely gonna run the show because hey, this is what we do every Wednesday. No matter whether we're traveling, we have appointments, we make time for the WTF. So what's been going
Absolutely.
on with you, bro? I can talk about all the things I'm doing, but let's hear about what you got going on.
Yeah, man. So let's just go ahead and kind of tell them that we just wrapped up the interview for the radio show. It was super dope. Oh, here's the star of the show. What's up, Xavier?
Hi guys, how's it going?
Good, brother. Good. So, everybody, this is Mr. Xavier Burks. He is one of the six initial mentees, and he was one of the six that completed the program. And he has a lot of successes, a lot of wins that he can definitely share. I'm not sure how much you want to share, Xavier, but let's go ahead and kick off the show and let everybody know, who you are and kind of like your story leading up until you actually finishing the mentorship.
All right. So for those that do not know, oh, I gotta get in a
He might be
good shit.
frozen.
Wait, can you guys see me?
I can see it sounds a little bit far away. I'm not sure if it's your headphones or what.
It probably is. Let me fix that. All right, how I sound? How do I sound now?
Yep, sound better.
All right. So for those who don't know, I am Xavier Burks. I was one of the original six mentees who enrolled into the WTF Academy program. I enrolled around October, November of 2022. And a lot of things have happened since then. Not just to share a few accomplishments. I have now transitioned into becoming a recording artist. I have made a lot of great school requirements as well as having my highest GPA yet. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what's up.
upgrading my JRT stats into being one of the top five. Being in the next year's chamber choir again, and as well as other great accomplishments like being recognized by school and having a lots of awards during award ceremony and this, that, and the third. So a lot has happened since I have enrolled in this program, and a lot of things that have happened in terms of my mindset, my belief system has changed since then. I actually have started my Instagram page, my music Instagram page. I have not posted on there yet. However, I am out of school. I can put my best foot forward now, and I have all the time in the world to start, cranking into what I really want to be doing. Now that school is out, and now I have a lot more time on my hands. Um, and yeah, go follow me
Okay.
on Instagram on my music page. It's in the tag right there, Xavier Music. My stage name is also right there as well. So you guys look out and just stay
That's
tuned.
what's up. Yeah. Hey, that's a absolutely powerful testimony, Xavier. And yeah, your feedback in the program is definitely appreciated, and definitely look forward to seeing you in a different role with the WTF Academy as far as joining the media team. So definitely
Absolutely.
look forward to having you there. So definitely. So yeah, if you can kind of give us like a background, like I know you told us about all of your wins and your accolades now. That's great. That's wonderful. We love that, right? But can you
Right.
put a little bit of context in place for the people who obviously don't know you and will more than likely see you more and more as you begin to post on the WTF media page. But just kind of give
Right.
them like a background of kind of where you came from, and so we can kind of understand what changes you had to make within yourself mentally any actions that you had to take, any belief systems that you had to adopt to be able to get to where you are, just checking off those wins every single week?
All right. I grew up St. Louis, Pine Lawn to be exact. Um, Pine Lawn and Florissant. If you guys have never heard of those places, those are really not the most keen places to grow up in at all. Um, Stayed there for about 10 years. Then I moved here to O'Fallon. Um, I've been through a lot of things, depression, suicidal thoughts that I really don't like to talk about too much. However, it's just one of the things I've just overcome. Lack of self confidence, lack of self love. Always my skin color always being the butt of the joke, as well as my personality, my attitude, heavy bullying, and just a lot of big things that could tear a person down or potentially lead somebody to a very dark path. Um, at the point of where I was with joining WTF, I was, I felt like I was stuck in this path that I didn't set for myself. It was set by my parents. No shade to them, but we're just being honest here. Um, a path that was set for my parents where, I have to do this and do this, achieve this, achieve this. And when it ever came to what I wanted to do, it was always, put aside or like talked down, or like my dreams necessarily couldn't become true because it didn't fit reality standards. Um, so that's where I was at the time of joining this program. But now where I am now has completely flipped. I'm in a great space with my brain and my mental health.
Yes.
I've achieved things that I never thought I would achieve at this age. Um, and I've just been moving on to bigger and better things. Like, it's just a whole lot of great energy is coming in from all the roots I have planted. I'm finally starting to see some of the fruits of my labor, and it's just an amazing feeling. And I just can't wait to just start planting more seeds and getting more fruits.
Absolutely, absolutely. E, did you want to chime in? If not, I can keep rolling with it.
Yeah,
I don't want
man.
to leave you out.
Hey, hopefully you all can hear me. I'm on the highway. That's why I'm trying not to share my camera so it won't pull at the feed too much.
We can hear you. You
Um,
good?
but yeah, no, seeing the growth in Xavier, and he just came out blossoming. Like, he was real quiet and laid back, and I knew he loved music. And when you left out, Xavier, that you recorded your first track at the age of 16,
I did.
whether it's your best track or your worst track, it was your first. And as most men know, you'll never forget your first. So hey, so though you got to give yourself your props, man.
Yes,
Because
sir.
one thing I'll say about Xavier is that no matter what the conversation was in the group, he always had something to say, and he spoke up. He stood up for the mentors and for the mentees. Like, he does not bite his tongue much. He will for a little while, but eventually you're gonna get the truth. And I always loved that about him, and the way he stepped up, and he's stepping up more and more. Like, if you think about it, Xavier, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. You asked. I'm putting this out there for the people, but anything that you put your all into, have you been successful or not?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you have. You can say that proudly. Anything you put your all into and that you believe in, you can be successful at it. Like, you never thought that you were going to be doing military stuff. You knew your parents wanted you to, but you couldn't imagine doing military. You did the military, now you jumping 12, 13 levels and like breaking records on level jumping because you put your all into it. And everybody listening to this and who has teenagers or just regular parents, man, a lot of times us parents, we are the ones that are killing. We're the dream killers. of these teenagers because we want to structure them to do it our way because our way is the safest way. The only problem with that is our way is 30 years old and the world has moved on. So no knock on the parents. We all want the best for the children, and so no knock on any parents. We see what you're out there doing, and the fact that you're trying to do anything with these kids is you're deserving of blessings for that because some of these.
Absolutely.
He dropped out. He was
I
on a
feel like he
roll.
dropped out, but
Yeah.
I feel like what he was going to say is, some parents just don't show up for their children, or just don't, they don't provide for their children. They don't even believe in their children's dreams. So,
Yeah,
they,
my stuff froze up.
Nah, it's all good. Zay was finishing your sentence for you.
Yeah, I didn't need. I didn't. I
yeah,
don't know where I stopped.
It's
I
all
was
good.
give you a good old alley oop. You know what I mean? A good old alley oop.
That's what's
But
up.
yeah, so back to what I think he was saying. Yes, we do appreciate our parents for what they have done. I appreciate my parents for what they have done. They have raised me. They have gave me food on my table, clothes on my back, gave me a good old house, a bed to sleep in. Things that most children do not have, unfortunately, due to certain circumstances, or the fact that they have lack of parents in their life, and I was blessed with four. So, and many other um, adults that have fed and breathed energy into my life, and I just appreciate all of you all. Even though y'all might not be the best, you may not get A+ on the test. However, you all are still appreciated for what you have done. So, absolutely.
Hey, that's powerful, man, and gratitude. That's one of the reasons why I love mentoring, especially people and young adults who really want to excel in life and really not necessarily skip steps, but accelerate the learning process. Is because of the gratitude. When I impart knowledge into the group, into you, Josh, like the rest of the guys in the WTF group, and any that are coming in the future, that grateful attitude, and that's what gratitude kind of stands for, grateful attitude, to kind of mesh that together. So just being grateful, man, that's powerful, and it really does open up a lot of doors of opportunity. Because when people see that they're pouring into somebody, that most times people don't want anything in return, but just some gratitude, like a thank you, like a real heartfelt thank you. So just having that attitude, Xavier, that's powerful, man. Keep that positive attitude about you, and that'll always keep you coachable, and you'll always continue to learn and grow how you've been doing over the past months and years. So that's what's up. So let me ask you this, Xavier. So are you a junior or a senior? You're a senior coming up this year.
I am an upcoming senior, being the fact that my junior year has closed.
Okay, that's what's up. So let me ask you this. So where do you see yourself in the next year? Like once you finish high school, after high school, like what do you see yourself doing? College, military, anything like that?
I don't plan on doing any of that actually.
Interesting.
Um,
Hmm.
I've seen. Okay, so one thing about me, I'm always say this, and I'm gonna say this, King. I'm going to always bring up my spirit when it comes to talking about certain things. My spirit said this, that, and the third. My spirit didn't tell me to do this, that, and the third. I'm very, as I grow, I'm growing more in tune with my spirit, and my spirit is telling me that college nor the military ain't it for me, as well as. Well, okay. Hey, Dad. How you doing? I'm good. All right, I'm gonna go do my workout. All right. Parents just came home.
That's what's
But
up.
but yeah, I don't think college nor the military is my thing. What I do see myself doing is doing what I love, which is music and singing, and performing in front of a crowd full of thousands, and that's what I see myself doing in a year.
Nice.
Which may sound very crazy to other people. However, it can be done, and I know it's going to happen.
And that's
So
the attitude you need to have. And one thing I'm gonna make a comment about, Xavier, about what you said about it sounding crazy, is if your dreams don't sound crazy to somebody else,
not
and
dreaming big
especially
enough.
if it don't sound crazy to you, you're dreaming too small. So I love the fact that you think that your dreams sound crazy, because that means that you're shooting very, very high and your aspirations are where they need to be. Oftentimes, we as people in general tend to shortchange ourselves, and we tend to aim a lot lower at a target that we actually believe that we can hit, when oftentimes we end up, putting forth less effort because we're not really, challenging ourselves to do something that we haven't done before. If we're aiming for something that's comfortable, typically we've achieved that in some form or fashion. But just the fact that you think that your dream is crazy and you still want to pursue it, that means that you're definitely on the right track. So yeah, absolutely, absolutely, continue to aim high, for sure.
Yep, I've had the same vision ever since I was 2 years old, and it's never gotten out of my head, even when I was going through the dark times that I was going through. That vision has never left my head since. Its may has changed and formed into different things, but the keen of it has never changed. So I feel like, why should I put that aside for things that I probably going to regret, or things that I don't want to do, or why would I hold myself from my blessing? You know what I mean?
For sure, absolutely. So I'll just kind of take a little pivot here. So I know this is kind of like, new information or whatnot, but I, know that you want to kind of expand your skill set into a, different field. So I know you kind of went through the ranks of the mentorship. You completed all the requirements that were required of you. Absolutely amazing. And we always love for at the end of the 12 weeks for our mentees, if not all of them, some of them to take on leadership roles within the academy. So I know recently you've expressed interest that you want to do something, to continue to be involved in the, back end of the academy. So just like what are some things that kind of interest you outside of music? What are some things that you want to kind of get your hands into, kind of dabble into, learn about, as far as like other things besides music?
Definitely creating business. Being an entrepreneur has always been something that I want to achieve. Um, I do want to have $1 billion in my name. Absolutely, that is a goal for me that I'm setting out for myself. And if I do not accomplish that, if in my lifetime, I have failed myself. So I would love to, be an entrepreneur, and maybe, making a clothing line, shoe line, because I am very into fashion and very into, as you can see, my fashion has never looked messy. Okay, if I'm gonna step, I'm gonna step.
There you go.
And I've always been this way ever since I was young. That's like one of my interests: fashion, art, as well as music. So I would definitely love to, make myself a clothing line, or make myself a shoe line, or a jacket line, whatever the case may be. I would love to dibble and dabble in those things.
That's something I did not know. So we're going to definitely have to put you on the drawing board so you can draw up some new merch designs and all that stuff. Get all that together. So
Absolutely.
that's what's up.
Oh,
I
and one
love it.
more thing. I
Yeah.
do want to create a podcast with my best friend. We have had several conversations about us trying to, us should create a podcast about teenager experience. Because nowadays, you really, podcast, anybody can make a podcast these days. Some people need to put the podcast mic down, but, that's a conversation for another day. But we don't see a lot of podcasts that are public about, talking about the teenage experience, what happens when you're a teenager, high school pressures, even just regular stuff like what teenagers go through on the daily. Maybe talking about, how you feel about your parents and this, that, and third, or like just all these other topics that's just not talked about in public enough. that a lot of people go through, but it's just not talked about it because we're teenagers and it's not important to the rest
Mm.
of the world. So me and my best friend has always talked about starting a podcast about those things. So I would definitely be willing to, create a good old podcast and, get that
Yeah,
ball
let's set up
rolling.
a time and talk about that because we're in the process of doing that too. So we can definitely assist with that.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So yeah, because we're doing the podcast, the WTF podcast. It's coming. All of these lives will become part of the podcast, and you and your best friend could have 2 days where it's the teenager show, and it won't cost you a dime. So this,
Love that.
but here's the point of what we're making. Because he's putting out there what he wants, and he's in the right circles, we're gonna make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing you can say that you want that we're not gonna assist you in making happen. Because this is what we do. We want to know what you guys out there want and how you all want to move forward. When you told me you wanted to do music, what did I do? You got in the studio. Now you want to do a
Yeah.
podcast? We gonna do the podcast. So, but you young people got to open your mouth, ask for what you want, let people know what. A lot of people have told you, no, this is stupid, that's dumb, don't do this. That's not what we do. We don't do this at the WTF. We build everybody up. We don't break them down. So, yeah, look forward to that podcast coming, you all.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Hmm. Yeah, no, that's good, man. Yeah, if I don't have anything else, Zay, if you
No,
wanna,
we got something else. We do. We got a radio show that's coming on this Saturday and Sunday.
dang. Well, listen, I'll go ahead and finish it off. All right, so E has a radio show. It's an internet radio show. It's an app. Check it out in your App Store, your Google Play Store. It's 107.3 VIP. He has a 2 hour radio show every Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. He plays all the hottest hits and the old school, the new school, everything. Hey, bro, I got you.
Man,
You dropped out, but hey, we ain't stop. We ain't stop. But go ahead. Go ahead.
every time I get to run in my mouth, boy, it's like, shut up. But no, Saturday and Sunday, we have an exclusive interview for the first time ever on the radio, airwaves, the TV. We got the first exclusive interview Dimitri, aka Black Crypto, and he's dropping gems for everybody. So get out there, download the app 1073VIP.com. It's from noon to 2 CST. We're talking about these teenagers. We're talking about gun violence. We're talking about everything AI, crypto. You all want to hear this interview because my guy goes in. That was the last thing I wanted to say. My bad for my reception. Hey, but we out here busy in these streets. We're closing deals. We're getting merchandise and promotional items set up where we're gonna get it at a discounted rate. Like I'm telling you, y'all, this thing is on. We pouring gasoline on this fire, some jet fuel. Like we going to the top. It's gonna be some major shifts happening, and my man Xavier is gonna be a part of that, helping us schedule this and get everything together. So we're not looking for employees with the WTF. We bring on team members. If you're looking to be an employee, go to McDonald's. We're bringing on. You got to be part of the team, buy into the vision of what we're doing and why we're doing it. And once you do that, we got a spot for you here at the WTF. And I thank you, Xavier, for stepping up and helping us get this thing across the finish line and prepare for the next finish line.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anytime.
All right, Demetrius, it's all yours, man. I'm gonna shut this big trap.
Nah, man. No, we are coming up on 25 minutes, so I don't have anything else. This was really the Xavier Burks introductory show. Next Wednesday we'll work on getting the other half of the media team on here, Joshua Burks, the
Yeah.
social media guy. So yeah, but yeah,
And
everybody.
go out there and follow us, y'all. Go out there on YouTube. Look up WTF Men's Academy, IG, Facebook. We're all over the place. Just look us up. It ain't that many WTF Men's Academy, and you're gonna see this big old egg out there on most of the things. So look us up, subscribe, share it with your friends, send this out to 10 people that you love, that love to see young people doing great things. And let's get this thing popping, y'all.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right.
Hey, another wonderful live episode here on WTF Wednesdays. And if you're new to the stream, WTF is not the bad WTF, it's the good WTF.
That's
Stands
right.
for what's the formula. We teach formulas to teenagers, to young men, of how to be successful in other areas of life other than going to college or going to the military. So until next time, everybody, be phenomenal or be forgotten. We see y'all next Wednesday. Peace.
See you at the top.
Out.